Hey Stags fans, welcome back to another edition of From the Director's Chair. This is the first episode of the 2019-2020 season. JJ Duke here with Director of Athletics Paul Schlickman. Are you rested, ready to go from the summer?
We are rejuvenated, ready to go, excited to be here, excited to be in this great sunshine and have fall weather upon us. We're really excited about it.
Well, with the weather, with the good vibes, we've got a lot of big things to announce, and it starts right now as we're coming to you pretty much right across the street from Alumni Hall. And, well, it was announced by Fairfield University that there's going to be a brand new building in that spot right across from us. The new Convocation Center it's here. It's going to happen. It's a facility that's going to seat 85,000 square feet. It's going to be the home to Fairfield basketball, Fairfield volleyball. It's a projected cost of $45 million. Not only is it going to be involved with athletics, but Fairfield University, it's a real big centerpiece to this program, this university. You must be delighted with this announcement.
I am beyond excited. To say it's a big deal is a dramatic understatement. And there's so many layers to this to try and to peel back and contextualize, but we'll try and do that. So if you're a director of athletics, particularly at the Division I level, and you have the opportunity to envision, be part of a design, and to see a facility of this magnitude come to fruition on your campus is a dream, and it's something that we all like to try and have the opportunity to do. So to have that happen is extraordinary, and for the immediate impact that I can envision it will have on our programs, our overall athletics program, the programs that you indicated that will be in there on a regular basis is certainly exceptional. But what's really exciting is the magnitude of the transformational aspect of this building and what it will have. So it's really the culmination, a crown jewel, if you will, a final aspect of a master plan, our 2020 master plan institutionally, during which, particularly the last 2 years that I've been here, I've seen some amazing buildings go up and infrastructure improvements that are part of that master plan. To name a few, the Recplex, which is right across from us, which will be adjacent to our new building here, a renovation of the Barone Campus Center and the Tully Dining Hall, renovations of residence halls and a new residence hall, a new Egan School of Nursing, a new Dolan School of Business that has just opened. So, that's just to name a few. So the common denominator in those as part of a master plan is a amazing commitment on the part of the university to comprehensive modern excellence. And the defining aspect of which is to provide the best possible experience we can, Fairfield University can, for our students. So it's an overriding commitment to that, to be part of the development of a building, a convocation center that is all about community and will have an amazing impact on our campus, the experience of students, the experience of faculty, staff, as a rejuvenator and a vehicle to generate campus spirit and pride, as a convening point for the community and our constituents in the community and their families to come and be part of this great place and be part of our programs and be part of what we want to offer. So there's so many aspects to this that it just makes me really proud. It inspires me, and what I'm so impressed and amazed with is in a very short period of time that I've been fortunate to be here, the speed and effectiveness in which this particular project has come to fruition in terms of the design, in terms of the commitment to the fundraising plan, in terms of a commitment on the part of our senior leadership, our president, the board of trustees, the overriding support they have shown for a building like this, because there's a clear understanding of all those nuances that I just alluded to and the amazing impact that it's going to have. So when you add all those up, it gives me goosebumps to think about fast forward to walking into a new building and a sold out crowd of Stags fans cheering on our programs, which circles back to the impact it will have on them in terms of the competitive atmosphere it will provide for our student athletes, in terms of it being a crown jewel for recruiting. So I could go on, but the layers to it and the amazing comprehensive impact we'll have is so exciting. And I'm so proud to be part of an institution that wants to make this happen and is going to make it happen.
You talked about, the delight that you have in making this announcement, and you talked about the fact that there's so much that you can go on to. Well, this is the opportunity to do so. I know the folks at home are certainly curious about what can they expect when they walk into the Convocation Center when it opens for first Fairfield volleyball, first Fairfield basketball game.
Well, we use the term modern, we use the term state of the art, whatever moniker you want to put on that. Ultimately, the goal, and particularly in this day and age, we all think about trying to create an exceptional experience and venue and environment for our fans and our constituents. So what does that mean? That means incredible, comfortable seating. That means amenities like concessions, ribbon boards, video boards, a spirit shop, a Stags Club, all the types of things that you want to provide that make it really an exceptional, comfortable venue and environment for students, in our case, students, faculty, staff, townspeople, alumni, all those constituents to whom we're trying to appeal and get them to come to pack the place and have them want it to be a destination location so that they make it a consistent part of their MO for their families and as students, faculty, and staff. So that's the goal. And the byproduct of that, frankly, goes back to what many would see as the core purpose when you talk about what it does for our program and our student athletes. But creating that exceptional fan experience and creating that environment creates an amazing home court situation for our student athletes. So one feeds off the other. It's kind of a 1A, 1B proposition. But it's so excited about the modernization of it and all the different aspects and amenities that will be in there. And we want there to be a wow factor. We want people to walk in and be able to see what it's going to create. And we want it to tell a story. Our branding efforts will hopefully do that as well in terms of telling the Fairfield story and having it be a good part of our tradition while also kind of looking into the future.
So now we look forward here, and for those who want to find out more information about the Convocation Center, you just have to go to fairfieldstags.com. But until that point, what is going to be the process? Because there's certainly still a lot of things that have to happen. What should people also expect this year as well?
Well, certainly we're excited to make the announcement, and that is amazing and terrific. There's still work to be done. We've got benchmarks to hit and certain things to hone in on, and so really this academic year is a time period during which we will finalize the nuances of the design and the programmatic aspects of the innards of the building. We still have work to do on the fundraising side. It's an apt analogy to say that with this announcement, we are with the fundraising piece of it, we've gone from what is usually considered a quiet phase in campaigns to now a public phase. So you mentioned the $45 million price tag. We have made great progress in a relatively short period of time towards that goal, but we still have some work to do with that. So we'll be working very hard to achieve some benchmarks established for us in that regard, and all the other aspects of the building that we need to finalize. So this is our attempt to do that. Along with that, there's some logistical planning to go through. We're very excited, and this was a very pointed piece of our planning to have 8 games in Alumni Hall this year on the basketball side of the house to continue that momentum of generating our fan support. But there's a lot of planning to do in transition in terms of what it means for our programs when we get taken out of there and relocating to Webster Bank for that interim time. So a lot of work to be done, but all for the greater good and the longer term plan. So excited about it and excited about the coming year and rolling up our sleeves and getting after it with all those logistical plans.
Well, certainly it's something that we're going to be looking forward to, and also for you at home as well. An opportunity, if you have questions, you want to have this man over here answer some of those questions about what the new facility could look like. This is your chance. fairfieldstags.com/askpaul, and on future episodes From the Director's Chair, we'll try and do our best to answer some of those questions. But now we kind of turn to the present and what's happening with Fairfield Athletics. Academics, always a big talking point again, and our student athletes continue to impress not only on the field and on the courts, but in the classroom as well. And last year was a big year, and the trends continue to hold strong.
I'm trying to think of maybe a different way to underscore how impressed I am with the academic performance and achievements of our student athletes, because I think I've used every superlative I can thus far. But The stats speak for themselves. I think we're at 80% of our student athletes last semester with a 3.0, which really is astounding. The academic performance of all our student athletes in the MAC and the high numbers there in terms of the MAC honor roll, and then with our men's lacrosse team on the CAA honor roll, and on with the numbers on our dean's list internally here. So it's very prideful, incredibly impressive, just particularly with, and I try to make this point always, with the demands that are placed on our athletes on a daily, weekly, annual basis, with the ever increasing time demands on them athletically, academically, trying to be a normal college student, committing to community service, all the other aspects of that. So for them to perform the way they do in the classroom shows their abilities, but also shows their very real commitment to that piece of their educational experience. So it's pretty amazing.
And after an outstanding semester last spring, they got to enjoy a nice summer off. So they
had a break, so hopefully they're back ready to go after it again. Yeah.
Re-energized and ready to go. And that brings us to the fall season, because believe it or not, it's already here.
Right.
We had a soft opening, a soft home opener, if you will. Fairfield women's soccer opened up back in late August against Colgate. Teams have been on the road. They now come back home, and it's kind of a perfect time as well. Classes just started. Sure. Students are going to have an opportunity to see all these teams for the first time. Men's soccer, a couple of non-conference home games. Volleyball is going to have a couple of showcase home games before the season starts. Field hockey as well, and the women's soccer team will continue their slate. It's certainly an exciting time, because you got great weather out and you have a lot of games that you can look forward to.
Well, it's so great to feel fall in the air. That early fall weather, it kind of gets your juices flowing. It's been nice to see the athletes come back, and a little bit of travel, a little bit of road music for them early on. So it's going to be great to have them at home and hopefully experience some home cooking. Our women's soccer double OT victory against Colgate was a great way to start it out early on. Hopefully that's a little bit of foreshadowing, an indicator of the excitement that's to come. Great early win for them, a program continuing to evolve positively over a program that's traditionally, one of the perennial Patriot League powerhouses. So great start for them. Really excited about the fall. That we try not to place too much stock in preseason ratings or rankings or place of finish, but I do think it's a good indicator of how our peers respect those particular programs and us as opponents, and excited to see how our athletes and our staffs can perform as we go forward.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to, and you can make sure to not only catch the games in person here on campus, but 44 Stag Sports Network broadcasts will be going on a litany of different platforms. So if you can't make it out here, make sure to tune in online as we go forward. And we talked obviously about the new Convocation Center. We'd be a little bit remiss if we didn't touch briefly on basketball, since yes, it's always basketball season one way or another. Full schedules have been released for both the men's and women's teams, non-conference and conference games. Men's games, as you mentioned earlier, you're gonna have 8 games here at Alumni Hall this year. That's really good news, and another big opportunity for the home support to show proud, especially after what happened last year, a couple of sellouts.
Really excited about that. 8 games, one more than last year, and we want to sell out all 8 of them, and I do believe we're capable of that. There's an incredible buzz about our program, obviously with a new coaching staff and some new players, a program that's going to have a very real identity and going to play hard. On the men's side, excited about having the women, after going through some significant adversity last year, excited about them getting back on track and seeing what they can do. So really excited about what our constituents are doing and our faculty, staff, and students are doing to create an amazing atmosphere in Alumni Hall. We've worked really hard to do that and bring it back to campus and answer that call that they have conveyed to us, certainly in the last 2 years. Amazing atmosphere, really excited about it. It's going to be a fun year in that regard.
Certainly looking forward to all of it. And Paul, I think that's going to do it for this segment. We certainly touched on a lot over this show, but a lot of good news. Again, stay tuned, fairfieldstags.com for more information. So for Paul Schlickman, myself, JJ Duke, signing off. And until then, go Stags.